Hello, it's me, Sakisai, and as you can hear, there's a thunderstorm outside, and I thought it would be lovely to record a video in a thunderstorm. So, yeah, I'm trying out something new, okay? Anyways, back to the video. Adventure time lies to you in many different ways. Sometimes an episode which may seem like a random adventure turns into a complex story with a lot of depth. And sometimes an insane character turns into something very different when read between the lines. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. Characters. More specifically, this guy right here, Finn. But before we begin on our own little adventure, I think a little introduction to this might help you out. A character in Adventure Time is not something easy to understand. You may watch this show for the very first time and think to yourself, well, that's not anything special, and you would be exactly right. Characters in Adventure Time aren't meant to be special. They are meant to have a certain depth while preserving a more natural personality. And that makes them sort of human, I guess. And this layered effect gets emphasized a lot in Finn the human. Finn is what we call basic, lukewarm, or bland. At least that's what he is in the beginning of Adventure Time. And for the sake of clarity, we'll call this bland Finn the first layer. So, first layer Finn is basically a goody two shoes. He's a righteous warrior who fights for justice and does nothing wrong. But as the story progresses, first layer Finn grows into a different, matured person. A person who understands the concept of peace, a person who understands the concept of war, and a person who understands what evil truly is. And we'll call this Finn the second layer Finn. That's exactly where the story lies to us. You see, what they want you to see about Finn is the first and the second layer. Of course, this is who he mostly is, but there is also another Finn. A Finn that doesn't get talked about as much. A third layer of Finn. So, third layer Finn is a very troubled, traumatic Finn. This part of Finn is rarely shown, but if you read between the lines, you can see him. Even if third layer Finn rarely makes an appearance, he is highlighted whenever he is shown. But there are only two major arcs showcasing him, so we barely have enough material to study. The first arc we see him in is the Flame Princess arc. This is an arc where Finn grows a lot, and we can really see who third layer Finn is in this arc. So basically what happens is, Finn falls in love with the Flame Princess, and for a certain amount of episodes, we see a passionate Finn who is really happy. But when you take a closer look, we also see that Finn is healing. You might have forgotten this a long while ago, but Finn is the only human in Wu. He doesn't know anything about his past, he doesn't know who he is, and more importantly, there is no one he can relate to. So there are a lot of trauma and unsolved problems that only he can feel. And when he's with Flame Princess, he slowly but gradually starts to heal. For Finn, this is a very rare opportunity in his life. He can finally solve his trauma with the Flame Princess. What I'm really trying to say is, Finn finds relatability in Flame Princess. That's why Flame Princess is such an important character. But as things unfold, problems happen, ending their relationship and essentially ending Finn's rare chance at finding closure. Some people may see this as an opening to make Finn grow, and other people may see this as a traumatizing event, which ultimately adds to Finn's trauma list. However, this is not the only moment where Finn gets a chance at redemption. Finding out about his father makes Finn hopeful. but mostly it makes him depressed for obvious reasons. And when he finally gets to meet his father, he spirals further into a traumatic episode because his father is basically a deadbeat. At first glance, we see that there's definitely a problem with Finn's father, Martin. Either it's a mental disorder from the concussion, or it's just that he doesn't accept the events that happened. For some reason, we can clearly see that Martin is not well. But in Finn's perspective, he sees Martin as a person stealing away his only closure from him. This angers Finn and sends him into a cold, vengeful path. In the episode The Tower, we see how much of a fit he is in. It's so much of a traumatizing event that Finn, the hero who earned the Enchiridion, willingly gave in to evil intentions. And even when Finn finally gets to meet his mother, his spite towards Martin never truly ends because, in the eyes of Finn and his mother, Martin is a deadbeat father, a hider. But deep down, his mother knows how much Martin loved Finn. So, in a sense, Finn never really got to meet his father. And this also adds to that list of trauma. But the moment which truly showed Finn's tormented life was none of this. It was the beginning of the very beautiful episode Together Again, where Finn is shown with a warrior's armor when he arrived at the land of the dead. Basically, what this means is he never really got to settle down in his life. He didn't get the ending he really wanted deep down. The ending he really wanted was shown in the masterpiece of an episode, Pahoy. We see what he really wanted, a content life with a happy ending. And this is how Adventure Time lies to us. This is the third layer of Finn, a traumatized, troubled human who never got closure, even in death. I kinda love the thunderstorm.